Hello buddy, welcome back to another episode of this. I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we finished off the Hildebrand questline. And in this episode we're gonna go and continue the post-Moogle questline. Dear me, a fine mess. This is a fine mess indeed, Kupo. Kupo, oh, I didn't notice you there. I was too preoccupied with living a post-Moogle's worst nightmare. I have a letter from an unreadable address. All I can make out are the words of Mond and Ulda. The rest is illegible squiggles. Who could it be? Clymont? No, maybe Bymont or Frymont? Oh, of course, Wymont, yes. Wymont, the Sultanate's information monger. Not a single doubt about it, my assistant, Wymont in Ulda is our recipient. Now take this letter to him. I believe he can be found on Emerald Avenue most days. I'll rest easy knowing that it's in your experienced hands, Koopa. Okay. Me still thinking that I can use mounts in towns. Hey, look, my screen's freaking out again. Now, some of you maybe think, like, maybe you can just, you know, do something else, not record. And then I say, nay! I want to record. If it ain't my adventuring friend, or is it Postwoman today? I can't say I was expecting mail, though. The deputy postmaker is seriously dismissive is intended for delivery to Wymont despite the lack of legible markings on the envelope. Raymond, we have your daughter. Demands behind shack at Copperbell. Obey or she dies. The purple haze. Tis a ransom note. Why'd you bring this to me? I ain't Raymond, you fool. And I can't very well look the other way, can I? Of course I'd have to be the gods. It'd have to be the goddamn purple haze. Cruel sense of humor's fate's got. It's a cruel sense of humor, fate's got. There we go. Making me remember what I've worked to forget. They're a gang of brooks. I was about to say, a gang of crooks would do in a newborn babe for the right price. Though they'd all got thrown in the. Thought they'd all got thrown in the clink before the calamity. If they're at large again, then we've got to stop them. Aye, my home plus your blunder makes it we. So I'll thank you to get their demands from Copperbell. Absolutely glamorous. Yes. List of demands. Back to Wymont. Nice timing, I just got back myself from delivering the bad tidings to Raymond and his wife. Good folk, hit by bad fortune, those two. Had to stop them from calling in the brass plates, though. That'd only force the Haze's hand and get the girl killed. Took a lot of promises, but they've trusted her life to me. That's how it stands on my end. You got the ransom demand? At length, list instructing Raymond what the purple haze requires if he is to see his daughter again in one piece. The haze is the man in the deeds to Raymond's land or the cerulean neath it, more like. Secure the mineral rights and live as kings. Clever. Too clever. Got a sneaking suspicion. The gang's acting as the brawn to some corrupt merchant, but they'll succeed over my dead body. Before I get you involved, Lynn, there's something you ought to know. I used to be part of the Purple Haze. I was one of the bastards. Blackmail, extortion, confidence tricks. If it was a far cry from lawful, I had a hand in it. Those were black days, and I'd still be lost in the dark, if not long dead had not been for her. A flower girl named Mirtha, who used to stand at this very spot. Buying one of her roses turned into my daily routine. Just to hear her say, "Thank you kindly, Mr. Wymont." Not once did she get my name right, but seeing that innocent smile made me see goodness in the realm. But then the haze silences this one bloke. He was a good upstanding type, would informed on the gang. Brave man's sacrifice could have made for a happy ending, but that informer was Mithra's brother, or Mirtha's. Mirtha's brother, and she just vanished. Never saw her smiling face again after that day, not once. And easy to talk about, even after all these years. And I wrote it was the push I needed to leave the criminal life. I sang like a canary to the most famous detective I could find, Hildebrand. But he took me for the dead man. But he took me for the dead man. Went around all that telling anyone who'd listen I was a righteous monger of information. Soon enough, all of the haze were behind bars. I'd got my new chapter, but had nothing else to my name, so I stepped into the murdered bloke's life and wrote the rumors to where I am today. Also, this is not making any sense right here. Hildebrand has been shot into oblivion, but I think it's supposed to be like these quests unlock as the patches go, the same with like the Hildebrand chapters. So some things may be a little bit weird, but whatever. Come to think of it, though, where in the hells are that Hildy and Nashu? Even that prize pair should have gotten wind of this kidnapping. Well, my point is that I ain't standing by while scum threaten a little girl's life. Can I count on your help with saving her, then? Good, because it just so happens I've got a scheme that needs two bodies. The way I see it, the haze will disperse if we snuff out the mastermind. But this merchant's too smart to be caught within the mob of the gang. So we'll just need a trap so large he can't see it coming, the market itself. First, you have to start a few rumors and make them seem true. Make your way to Cesaroga at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange and get his attention with his banknote. Tell him you're working for a wealthy fellow who wants to buy as much ceruleum as he can with the gil promised on that paper. Then actually buy a boatload of the fuel from whomever Cesaroga introduces. You mark my words, then, those villains are going to rue stumbling back into my life. Plaza secure. Ah, adventure, what do you want? A purveyor of ceruleum, you say? An expensive request. Do you have the funds to back it? A promissory note documenting the considerable amount of gil borrowed in Wymont's name from one of the realm's most prestigious banks. My dear lady, how came you by such great riches? Your employer's money, eh? Well, allow me to ensure that you are speaking with the right person. Saint Goth, the fellow over yonder, will be happy to provide all the ceruleum you desire, and let us not forget to thank the finder. Your sudden interest, however, gives credence to today's rumors that a certain engineer's groundbreaking invention will send the demand for ceruleum soaring. Yes, it's perhaps time that I purchase ceruleum futures myself. What I could do for Mistress Momodi but I have said too much. Another Momodi lover. Also this dude again. Welcome. What might a discerning ceruleum? Of course. Are you interested in current stocks or futures? And what do you have to spend? Gods be good, in all my days, no one has ever placed so large an order. It is your money, yes? If you are tied up in something shady, there can be no deal. I see. Well, if this employer of yours is legitimate, I will be happy to assist you. And let me say, he has impeccable timing. What do I mean? Why, just that the markets have been full of rumors lately. Or today about Garland Artworks. The word is that those engineers found a way to craft airships for a fraction of the cost. Vessels will soon fill the skies, and the price of ceruleum will soar. If this is true, ceruleum will become the most desirable commodity. Will become the most desirable of commodities. And with the amount he's willing to spend, I dare say your employer knows a thing or two we don't. But this is not the time for talk. Here's your ceruleum futures contract. I'll make good on it, or my name isn't Sintgot. I guess I'll go over here. Heard Cesaroga introduced you to Singoth. Do you have a futures contract to show for your dealings with him? Right. Well, you've set the price of ceruleum soaring high as an airship, aye. It was me who started those rumors, but they look real now that you've placed the order. Hold on to the future contract for now. It is the very bait we need to lure the mastermind into the open. No doubt he's heard how you swept into the markets. That's like to vex him. as is the news that he's gotten himself a rival businessman. Businessman, whatever, with a real adept underling. And how do you imagine he'd feel if said underling were to meet with the Hayes secretly? With cerulean prices high as they are, he'd feel betrayed for God's damn sure. Aye, Lynn, it's a date with a kidnapper at a coffer and coffin with you. Or for you. You'll have to find a man of the Hayes. Of course, but just keep your eyes out. Get his attention with a pint, then show him the futures contract and let it slip. Your employer's looking for rich land. It's great, I'll do the rest. Oh, a drink? Fine. Ain't nothing in the room for free, though. What you want? So it's your master what struck it rich with this in this cerulean craze. Suppose it's him I ought to thank for this grog, eh? Mine his own cerulean. I'll wager he is the greedy bugger, Maybe you've got an itch I can scratch? I'll be coming into the deed to a huge plot of land shortly. Cerulean rich land. Its yield? Take what you're imagining. And add 2 zeros. 2. Might be land ain't quite me cup of tea. Might be as I'm willing to sell it. For the right offer it is. There's a little something to think about. I'm drowning my troubles here most days, if you fancy another chat. This man's face looks a lot like a certain someone that I know. Whom I will not name. For their privacy, I guess. I don't know, man. Hello, Lamont. While you were gone, the price of cerulean hit its peak. I'll need the contract back now. It'll fetch a good price. And give me the funds to finish things with the bank. Appreciate it. Aye, and you meeting with a thug, our mastermind sure to be feeling betrayed. Or his underling talking to my own in the coffer and coffin. After he went to the trouble of kidnapping Raymond's daughter, false friends trying to turn a profit on their own ain't like to sit well with him. And I've given him a little push with a certain letter as well. Reckon he'll be leaving to question the Hayes round about now. A lot of them are making for Curtis Cry, and straight into the trap you've worked to bait. Leave the springing off it to me. Ain't none of them leaving those caves unscathed. What's it mean to do? What's it I mean to do? Can't spoil the surprise yet, but don't worry, young Julie. I'm just gonna play a trick. Something for the bad old days. The stage is set, Lynn, and we're in for a good show. The Hayes is set to put the deed over there. I obliged with a forgery. Our mastermind's here too. I'm hoping my deed fools them. I fools them, so they'll let the girl go. Easy lass, you're safe now. Just keep close to that candy adventure, eh? Phew, well, looks to be drama unfolding twixt our villains. Wouldn't want to be in that thug's boots. Our mastermind's doubtless giving the bloke a right proper grilling about his relationship with him. But at the end of the day, the merchant needs the Hayes, so to keep him sweet, I'll offer a big share of the spoils. And they'll accept it, I don't doubt. It's no sense in them siding with some venture they barely know over the merchant's coin. So they'll seal the deal with the Hayes' solemn custom, passing a pipe while speaking a crook's vow. That sworn in Somnus' glow holds true in hell's fire. As for puff or two, bound him to anything. But I will say, that bit of Somnus takes the edge off. But what if some bloke went and hit military-grade fire sand nearby, eh? Aye, the moment they light their pipe, 100 million gills worth of the stuff will explode. That's what I sold the future contract for. Explosives. What can blow a settlement sky high. At least that's what the fellow who sold it, Now hold on a minute. The whole sky high might not have been a figure of speech. Seven hells. I hope something survived that. Well, little one, I reckon you've had enough excitement to last a lifetime. Go and find the brass blades. They'll see you safely to your parents. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good child, that. Lynn, make sure she meets her family at our Arzenith ossuary. They ought to thank you for all you've done. I'd be grateful if you check in on Raymond's wife while you're at it. She's young and comely, but the worry made her look wary as a crone. Well, they're dead. Oh, are you Wyman's friend? Then I owe you a great debt. I was beside myself at worry when he came, but no longer. My daughter is safe. As she tells it, it seems we need fear the gang or that awful merchant no more. You have my gratitude as well. In truth, I wavered and enlisted the brass blades to bring our daughter home by force or leave it to Wyman to save her with cunning. But my wife felt he could be trusted, and full glad am I that she convinced me to do so as well, or to do as well. What? Whatever. We wish to thank Wyman too. Could you take this to him on Emerald Avenue? It is a token, really, but I hope it shows our appreciation. Once again, thank you for returning our daughter to us. It's just two people chilling on the street near a campfire. Intriguing. Playing Postwoman again? Wait, before you hand it over, are you dead certain it's for me? And if it is, that it ain't another ransom note? A rose. Just like what I used to buy for Mirtha. Ever since she vanished, time stood still for me. Been waiting for her. So long, what used to be her spot has turned into mine. Precious blossom, this. Makes the good memories come flooding back. Where's it from, by the way? Wyman's wife, eh? Well, look at that. There's even a card. Thank you kindly, Mr. Wyman. Your Mirtha. Seven hells, it was her all along. She grew up quick. I'm glad she's happy and has a good husband. Thank you, Lynn. I think time will start moving for me again. Thank you kindly, Mr. Wyman. She still doesn't get my name right, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Quest complete. My dagger. It's what I use to deliver post. I stab people with the letters. Right, now I've been wondering about this person's glamour over here. Because I think it's just the... Yeah, I recognize that one. Okay. Back to Limza. Ba-ba-bum. Well, if it isn't my favorite whipping girl, my most promising pupil. Jesus, Muggle. Careful what you say, or I will stab you. You couldn't have picked a better time to pay a visit, Koopa. Two of my post-muggles in training are set to embark on their first assignment while they have completed a thorough training session, administered by yours truly, the sensitive and sympathetic superior, that's me, is ever concerned for his subordinate's safety. I have here in my paws a veritable compendium of choice counsel for the aspiring post-muggle. Your task is to deliver it to Raya Osena, in whose custody my subordinates have been placed, at Camp Tranquil. Consider it the next stage in your own training, Koopa. But I have no idea what that cat boy was doing, but... Whatever's keeping the deputy postmogul, he promised he'd drop by to offer some parting words of advice to his newest recruits, but it's taken so long that they've already fluttered off. You have something for me? Wait, what? A collection of little-known postmogul trivia compiled in a concise 10-page portfolio. Be wary of low-hanging branches and remember to keep a wide berth of any gubu moss. I say, could this choice counsel be any more blindingly obvious? That said, I cannot fault the deputy postmogul for showing concern for his subordinates. After all, it was his own injury that pressed the two Tyros into active service so far ahead of schedule. Sadly, I fear it will be some time still before his wings are fit for duty. Arun believes he has insight as to how a suitable remedy might be formulated, but the process will require the services of a first-rate alchemist. Meanwhile, I have two wet-behind-the-ears moguls wandering aimlessly across the realm. I would like nothing more than to see them succeed at their charge, that they might inspire a new generation of aspiring post-moguls. Yet I have my doubts that they will do if left to their own devices. I would have accompanied them myself, but I fear my duties as seats here leave me little time to play chaperone. Might you be willing to see them safely to their destination in my stead? The first mogul threw off in the direction of Quarrymill. Though he does not want for enthusiasm, he is easily frightened by unfamiliar sights and sounds. Should you find him in such a state, pray rally his strength and let him know that we stand behind him. Hello. / O'Reilly. Such a weird animation. Why, thank you. I dare say you've given me the strength to carry on a bit. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the loyal delivery aura the deputy postmogul is always talking about, Koopa. You came all this way to watch over me. I thank you truly, deeply from the bottom of my little mogul heart. You are truly a shining example to delivering moguls everywhere. Oh, to think that one day I might be a full-fledged carrier like you and the deputy postmogul. Why, it would be a dream come true, Koopa. But how can I hope to reach such heights by staying here fluttering in circles? No, I must deliver this letter safely to Buscaron, just as the deputy postmogul instructed me. And let me just state for the record that no matter what Raya O might have told you, I am not intimidated by this task. Not in the slightest. Well, off I go, Koopa. / cheer. As my screen goes black. It's a lot of noise. Yes, that's exactly what I needed to hear. You're right. You're exactly right. Why, I can do anything I put my palm to. Perhaps you're wondering why one as fearful and faltering as myself doesn't just leave the stressful life of a carrier behind. But you see, what I truly wish to leave behind is my own miserable lack of courage. I remember the day like it was yesterday. My dear brother lay wounded, struck in the wing by a particularly savage swoper, and yet I could do nothing but quake and quiver beside him. It was the deputy postmogul, who, much to our fortune, was in the vicinity on a delivery assignment, who carried my brother to Camp Tranquil, where Arun tended to his injuries. Today it is our turn. We shall do our duty and help the postmogul in his time of need, just as he did for us. And after all you have done for me, it would mean ever so much if you would drop by to witness the moment. Whatever. I will await you at Buscaron's Threshers, Koopa. I've made it. Aren't you proud of me, Koopa? Now behold, as I delivered this letter straight from my paws to Buscaron's while remaining stealthily out of sight, just as the deputy postmogul showed me. Bloody else if it isn't a mogul in the flesh. Talk about something you don't see every day. Oh no, Koopa, in my eagerness I've gone and blown my cover. The deputy postmogul will never let me hear the end of it. So, you moguls let you stay out of sight when you make your deliveries, eh? No wonder letters have a habit of appearing out of thin air. Sounds like a right thankless job, but you have my gratitude today. Did you hear that? Mr. Buscaron gave me his gratitude. Why, this must be the happiest day of my life, Koopa. Since you've proven yourself the capable sort, mayhap you could do me a favor. I've a letter here, marked for Baderon in Limsa that somehow has found its way here to the dwellers. Oh dear me, this is doubtless the work of my confident yet careless brother. The two of us, you see, have taken over deliveries here in the shroud, while the deputy postmogul rests his wounded wings. Oh, pray forgive us our failings, Koopa. To the job, eh? You didn't go flogging yourself, no? Badrod and I, well, our names and professions do not bear more than a passing resemblance after all. Besides, I dare say that having the chance to meet my first Moogle is worth an errand letter or two. That said, it troubles me to hear that this associate of yours, the deputy post-Moogle was it, has come to harm. Might be anything I could do to lend a hand. I see. You just leave that to me, friend. If memory serves, one of my regulars is something of an expert in such matters. As for Badman's letter, have no fear. My brother and I will atone for our errors and see it delivered to the right hands. That said, for all my brother's bravado, I suspect that deep down he too feels a measure of anxiety about his first foray outside the shroud. Might you be so kind as to escort him, as you did me? It would mean the realm to me, Koopa. We agreed to meet at the Gridanian airship landing. I will pass this letter along to him and wait for you to join us. I have just figured out that after this post-Moogle stuff in this episode, I need to stop for today. Because my voice is, as they say, dying. I've gone too far. So, you were the deputy post-Moogle Spice Poobah, eh? Didn't he teach you anything about punctuality, Koopa? I don't know what my little brother has told you, but I've trained my whole life for this. This might be my first time out of the shroud, but if anyone's up to the task, it's me, Koopa. But please, mother, if you get yourself hurt again, I simply couldn't live with myself. Pray let this adventure accompany you, just for safety's sake, Koopa. Ever don't worry, Wart. Just, look, just because you can't fly more than 2 films without getting the quivers, it doesn't mean that your brother is in need of a chaperone. But that's what you said last time when you almost got yourself swallowed by the slavering stropper. Why, if the deputy post-Moogle hadn't wandered at that precise moment. That was then, this is now, Koopa. I've put on 2 pounds of pure muscle and poured over every map of Eorzea to prepare myself for this task. The last thing I need is some glorified sellsword holding my paw. Now enough chit-chat. I have an airship to board. If you want to see how a real delivering Moogle does his duty, feel free to tag along. Or don't. It's your loss, not mine. Well, off we go then. Actually, whoopsie, that's the wrong thing. That is frontline. What the hell am I doing? Over here. Let's go to Limsa. Sure. 120 gear. Yes. There we go. So this is Limsa Laminza. Everything is so big and boisterous. And as well to see is sending needles up my nose. Nervous me? Patently preposterous, Koopa. I was born for this assignment. Did you not notice the aplomb with which I handled my maiden airship voyage? But no, buccaneers then like this is no place for the ordinary Moogle. With the deputy post-Moogle out of commission, the people of Laminza are lucky indeed that I am here to shoulder the slack. Speaking of which, I believe I have a letter to deliver. If you care to learn a thing or two, come join me at the drowning wench. But you'll want to move fast. I'm a busy Moogle, Koopa. Bring me to the drowning wench. What took you so long? Take a wrong turn at the Octant? Good thing I'm the one in charge of this assignment. Why haven't I delivered the letter yet? Well, it's not because I'm scared of the burly bearded gentleman over there. That's for certain. I just wanted to give you a chance to witness mastery in motion. Now watch me deliver this letter, all discreet-like, Koopa. Bugger me with a broadsword. Which one of you sniveling sops set your wind-up Moogle loose in my establishment? Wind up? Are you blind or just blay me? Or ball me? I'm a living, breathing Moogle, not some glorified child's toy. Whoops, there goes my cover. Or me eyes and ears to be believed. A God's honest Moogle, here in the wench. A letter, I thank ye, my furry little friend, but strap me to the mast and if this ain't a rare pleasure indeed. I've heard many a rumour about your kind, but I always reckoned you were too keen to let yourselves be seen. But of course, I simply thought that on this momentous occasion, my first foray to your fine nation, I would take the opportunity to personally introduce myself. I am sure that's what the deputy post-Moogle, bless his wounded wings, would have wanted. What's that you say? One of your mates is hurting, is he? Many in my line of work tend to know a little something about everything. If there's anything you might need of me, say the word. Need of an alchemist. I reckon one of my regulars just might know a thing or two about that sort of business. I'll send word if I dig anything up. And with that, I'd best get back to pouring grog for one of my customers, Quonks in the yet with an empty flagon. See, I told you there was nothing to be afraid of. Exploring new environs, forging friendships with the locals. Yes, the carrier's life is a life for me, Koopa. Whatever comes to today will have even more far-reaching repercussions. Yes, once my fellow Moogles back in the Shroud hear my stunning success, they will be beating down our doors to join the post-Moogle ranks. And since you have been such a loyal observer, I'll give you the honor of reporting my deeds to Raya O. If only the deputy post-Moogle were here, doubtless he would be moved to tears by my magnanimity. Speaking of which, I really should pay him a visit. Cool, my scream in black again. Jesus Christ, I hate this. I bloody hate this! I can't believe you've done this. There's also a B-Swap quest, which I'm doing. I'm doing the daily stuff off camera, and once I unlock the quest to like an actual quest to advance to the next rank of trust with the B-Swipes, those I will just record, and then I will edit them all together when I have everything. That will be one episode probably, maybe, I don't know, a couple of episodes, I have no idea. Alright. Welcome back. I hear that those two's first assignment was quite a success, and that you played a pivotal role in seeing that it was so. For this, I thank you. I must offer my gratitude as well. Or that is Arwina-san, sorry. I must offer my gratitude as well, knowing that the two younglings were in capable hands allowed me to focus my mind on the Deputy Post-Moogle's treatment, with which I have made considerable progress. At first, the mere thought of an adventure accompanying me and my assignment annoyed me to no end, but now I say the more the merrier, Koopa. And with word of your success spreading throughout the Twelfthwood, aspiring delivery Moogles are signing up in droves, while the ranks are burdened such that we could assign 2 Moogles to each task, even if you chose. Or if you so chose. And judging by recent events, that might very well be wise. Heartening indeed. Heartening that is indeed. I dare say that the Deputy Post-Moogle may rest and recuperate for as long as he desires. Why? I might even suggest an early retirement. Retirement? Gods forbid, I'm still a post-Moogle in my prime, Koopa. The mere thought of hanging up my letter sack for good, why, wherever would I derive pleasure and meaning from my meager existence? I most assuredly agree, Koopa. The sheer joy of seeing satisfied faces after a job well done instilled me with newfound energy and enthusiasm. After all my superiors done for me, I could not bear to see him deprived of this most splendid sensation. Intriguing. Stop doing that. Intriguing. Thus far, I have concentrated my efforts on physical remedies, but perhaps lightening the post-Moogle spirits might serve to speed the recovery process. At the very least, it is a venue worth exploring. You just may be onto something there, dear brother. So I can resume my duties once I've healed? No more talk of putting me out to pasture, Koopa? If that is your true desire, how can we deny it of you? I only ask that you take care not to overexert yourself. By the 12th, to think I'd ever see a Moogle which really lives for his work, and with all the younglings eager to follow in his footsteps, we should be able to manage without imposing on adventures for a while. Just leave it to us. My brother and I understand the significance and satisfaction of a job now more than ever. We won't let you down, Koopa. And that's the spirit, Koopa. And it's all thanks to you, my artful assistant, but no, you have proven to be far more than just a helping hand. You have earned the respect of the young ones, and mine as well. Linda there, by the powers vested in me as Deputy Post-Moogle, I hereby name you a full-fledged letter carrier. The honor is typically reserved for Moogles, but I am happy to make an exception in your case, Koopa. While I would love to give you your next assignment, the young ones are in more immediate need of training. But don't let your skills wane, for there is no telling when we will call on you again, Koopa. Complete. Right. In recognition of your efforts, the Deputy Post-Moogle has promoted you to the rank of full-fledged letter carrier. Though it may be some time before your next assignment, be ever ready to return to duty should the Moogles require your aid. As we get the postal achievement, which gives us Postmaster. And we also get the Post-Moogle cap, which is quite a cute little thing. Now I think... Let me go back to Lim Salaminza. Just to make 100% sure. But I am pretty dang sure that that is it. For the post-movement quest lines. Yep. So, next up we are going to be doing crafters. However, my voice is dying. So I can't really continue from any longer at this point, really. Anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this slightly shorter episode of Just While I was playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode, we are going to go and start working on the crafters and gatherers. Hello, random person. Also, goodbye.